good morning, students of Standard 8. I hope during this pandemic, all of you are safe, maintaining the social distance, and working on your health. So, today we will start with a new topic, that is app development. App development, as you know, it is also one of the features of internet service. In another way, it is the application development. It provides easy access and sharing of information among people. So you can create applications or app with regard to an environment, with regard to, say, a particular disease. Like now we have the COVID, you can create an app regarding the COVID, putting all its features, alright, and the statistics. Apps are created on laptops, smartphones, and tablets, right? And they have the basic platform. The base platform is your Android. It is basically developed using C++, C, or Java. Especially these days, Java, because Java is more common. So let us understand how this app, or rather working with apps, how will I work with this app, that is the working with app. Suppose you want to work on a particular app, say MS Word. So tap on that appropriate app that is displayed in your mobile screen, and then keep tapping on the desired buttons. So what happens when the screen opens? You start typing whatever information that you would like to give for the document, and the required work with the selected app will be completed once you save it. So that's how we work with any app. In your book, I think it's related to a calculator is given. So you can go through that topic and you can understand. Then we move on to the types of app. Types of app, as you see on the screen, there are two types of apps: mobile app and the online app. The online app is also known as a mobile website. But remember, these two apps are either system apps or user created apps. So what is a system app, or what are system apps? Apps that are pre-loaded into the mobile phones. Okay, when you purchase a mobile phone and you find there are certain apps which are loaded already, these apps are called system apps. And then now what happens when you create an app using your mobile phone, like for example based on say an environment, or as I said, give an example, say for the current pandemic disease, that is COVID. You want to develop an app related to COVID, bearing all its information, related information. So that's called a user created app. So let us try to understand now, first of all, what is a mobile app. A mobile app, that is application, it is downloaded and installed in your mobile phones. Okay, to download a mobile app, you have to tap on specific mobile portal, like the Google Play Store or the BlackBerry or Apple's apps, App Store. Then search for the desired app and further type download. So you'll find that the required app will be downloaded. Okay. One important advantage of mobile app over the online app is that the information can be accessed offline also. Like for example, MS Word. Once you have downloaded, you can work on MS Word even offline. So that's an example of an offline app. Then we have the next one, that is the online app. Online app, also known as the mobile websites, as you see it on the screen. They are created keeping in mind that they can be used on portable devices like smartphones, iPhones, tablets, etc. Okay, such websites are equipped to provide information just by tapping on the touch sensitive screen. So the moment you tap on it, what happens? The moment as you tap, say for example WhatsApp, the moment you tap WhatsApp here, what happens? The WhatsApp will switch off. Okay, so that's a kind of an online app we have. This is the feature that distinguishes mobile websites from other websites, that is the touch sensitive screen. So in case you want to work on mobile app, remember that the mobile network has to be on. So they are totally dependent on the what you call network. If the network doesn't work, it is not going to work at all. So that is one of the features. Okay, and as you what you call the moment you touch the screen of the related app, the desired home page will appear on the screen, and you can visit other what you call web pages by clicking hotspots, or then what you call there are other hyperlinks also present in it. So that's about your mobile apps and the online apps. Then we have a commonly used apps. The first one is your Google Map. Now Google Map is frequently used app, remember, especially when you are traveling. Okay, especially when you are traveling, that's the time you take the help of a Google Map. It will show the location of your mobile, and on setting the destination, it will display the shortest route map on the screen. So you can then proceed through the path for reaching your destination, and from time to time you will be guided as to like turn right or turn left or move forward 100 meters or 500 meters. Okay, there's a right turn. So those kind of informations are given to you instantly. That's online. However, your network has to be on in that case. Then we have the next one, that is the Facebook, which is the most common social networking app. It all allows creating friend list of your choice. You know, you send a request and you accept or you delete the request. You can post your messages, audio, video clips. And the main advantage of Facebook is that the posted message is passed instantly to the timeline of all of your friends or whosoever you visit. That is what you call you post. So the moment, suppose you have celebrated a birthday and you post this thing, it instantly goes onto the timeline of others, so that others can also view. It allows you to connect with one or more friends for video chatting. So through Facebook you can also have a video chat. You can perform a video chatting there. Then another common social networking app is the WhatsApp. It is also a social networking app, as you know, that allows people to communicate with each other. It can be done through messages. You can type messages, images you can send, audio video clips also you can send. And the advantage of WhatsApp over Facebook is that in Facebook the posted message is visible to all of your friends. This is very important. Whereas in WhatsApp what happens is, to whomsoever you are sending, he or she will have the access only, not everyone, unless you make it or you share it with others. WhatsApp also provides free calling and video calling throughout the world. So if you want to call somebody, if you have his or her number, WhatsApp number, it's easy to call. You know, that's not going to cost you money. Then another one which is becoming obsolete now these days, we are not using so much, that is Skype. It's a creation of Microsoft Incorporation. It is also a communication system, right? So you can share your experiences like stories, celebrations and videos by using Skype. It allows face-to-face communication between people staying far away from each other. So before WhatsApp and this Facebook, now it's it used to be the Skype that used to play a very important role. Through Skype we could have a video conferencing with others or video chat with others. Then another important one these days is your YouTube. YouTube is a video sharing site. Remember please. Okay, it was brought in the year 2005. It allows free video sharing among people. So like how what we do, also the same thing related to your studies. We are having a video, what do you call, uh, video recorded, and we put it in the YouTube, and the same link is shared in your school website, and that's how you are able to view. So on this thing, once the site is activated, you can enjoy online videos, songs, animation, clippings, etc. Then WeChat, just like the Facebook or the WhatsApp, WeChat is also a messaging app. Through this, you can send messages to an individual or a group. It allows sharing of photographs, playing video games, etc. And it also helps in, remember, video conferencing. Then Google Plus is there. Google Plus is also a social networking website similar to Facebook and Twitter. But in this case, in Google Plus, what happens? You need to have a Google account. Unless you have a Google account, you cannot work on the Google Plus. Okay, so it also allows text, audio, and video messaging. Then Twitter, as you have been noticing, people have been tweeting, just like the Twitter comes from the word that is a bird which keeps chattering. Okay, a small bird. So Twitter is a social networking service that promotes a user to communicate among themselves with the help of short messages called tweets. Okay, a short message. So the short message is known as a tweet. It is a free networking site that allows tweets among the users who are registered on Twitter. Means if you want to use the Twitter, then you need to have a Twitter account. Without a Twitter account, you cannot tweet. One can tweet a message or reply to a tweet online through various devices like mobiles, computers, tablets, etc. Okay. Then I guess the last one is, yes, it is the last one, that is Instagram. Instagram is a networking app used to share pictures among the users. So many of you are having Instagram these days, and you have been sharing your YouTubes, like the TikTok videos and all those things. So your videos you are sharing, you can share your pictures also, you can share among all the users. The picture sharing can be done by using an Instagram account, and that is to other platforms like Facebook, Twitter, Flickr, etc. That means you can share your videos from the Instagram, your pictures, into the Facebook. Okay, sometimes they are related, so through the Facebook also you can open an Instagram. Okay, so this is what we have for today. In the next class we will discuss about how to develop, okay, as well as some inventors of the mobile apps. The basic feature will be how to develop for example, any app that we would like to have. So I hope the topic is clear to all of you. Please go through the book, your textbook, and in case of any problem, anything, any question you would like to ask, feel free to ask. Right? Enjoy the days to come, and perhaps this is the last chapter for your first semester. Okay? So be safe. God bless all of you. Thanks a lot.